Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. So, a couple of hours ago, I was writing a lengthy little post over on Patreon, which is kind of new, and I noticed quite a lot of people don't really understand what's going to happen tomorrow to XRP/Ripple. So today I want to take a couple of minutes to kind of guide you guys through what has been happening to the price, why I think that's been happening, and what I think is going to happen tomorrow. Keep in mind this is not financial advice, nor am I certain about anything, but we have historically been quite right on our indications, and today I'm going to try to be as accurate as I can once more. So for all of you that do not know, tomorrow is yet another important date for the Ripple lawsuit. Why? Well, this is a document from a couple of weeks ago, and it reads, "The court has reviewed the parties' letters dated March 3rd, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 16th, and basically, defendant Garlinghouse and Larson's request for leave to file a motion to dismiss is granted. By April 12th, 2021, defendants Garlinghouse and Larson shall file their motions to dismiss." So that is coming up April 12th, which once more is tomorrow, and most likely that is what's also keeping the price a little bit up. So what we've noticed is that anytime there's an important date like that, people go speculate for it. And if you, for example, go look at the XRP price over the last couple of weeks, what you'll notice is that every time there's an important date where we think we'll win or we think we have a shot at winning, the XP price does good. And right now, there's just date after date after date after date, since the 12th is an important one, the 19th is an important one, and the 22nd is an important one. But once more, we also got a couple others. I mean, we got the 22nd, which is the SEC side of things, because the plaintiff's request, which is the SEC, to file for a motion to strike is also granted, and they're going to file that by April 22nd. That is going to be a quote-unquote negative thing, like for example stated here. Leonidas said over on Twitter, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson have been allowed by the court to file a motion to dismiss the case against them. They must file their motions by April 12th. And then Smith & Co. says, unfortunately, everyone is also missing that the SEC's motion to strike, one of Ripple's defense points, has also been granted. So good news and bad news, and before anyone trolls me, I am heavily into XRP, and I think the whole case is BS, just pointing out the negative that's also shown. I would only say here, we gotta look at all the positive and negative points because that is most likely what people will attach their XRP price predictions to. So what are we expecting? Well, if we take a little bit of a look back at all the most important dates, maybe that's gonna be a little bit easier to do over on TradingView actually. Some of the most important dates were the 15th of February, the 22nd of February, and the date right now, like a couple of days ago with the hearing, which was the April 6th, I believe it was. But let's quickly go check out XRP here. So if we were to check out XRP on a minute chart, that wouldn't really cut it. Let's go to an hourly chart so we can quickly see that a little bit better. Some of the most interesting points were April 6th, as you guys know. Well, the price definitely did quite good in anticipation of that. I think nobody's going to deny that. And once we got a positive verdict, a lot of people were saying the price is going to fall now. It did correct quite properly here. But since we bought back in, as I told you guys, we got a pretty nice little entry right here, and the price skyrocketed further. Why did this skyrocket? Well, some exchanges relisted it. We got kind of some FOMO because we won something here, and we got some FOMO most likely because there's something else positive coming up. And also because Brad Garlinghouse and everybody's just been quite positive, and I would say the XRP price really reflects the faith in the lawsuit. Now, a couple of other more important dates. We're a little bit back already. I know. So, right here, all right, in January, we got a document by Ripple, I believe it was January 27th or something like that, that they were supposed to file on the 15th of February, right? We already got that document a little bit earlier, though. And the price started to skyrocket. Now, you might disregard this huge top here, like this area a little bit, because this was mostly because of the February 1st hype and everything like that, so we can kind of disregard this smaller area. However, if you still take a look at the general move, which is basically like this, all the way up to about the 15th, you can see the price indeed still increased about, let's say, 160% or so in anticipation of a important XRP date or Ripple date. Now, since everything was already filed actually a little bit earlier and there wasn't really anything to watch out for, the price started to drop a little bit again. And because the 22nd was another important day, but we kind of already knew everything, the price really didn't do too much. It basically stayed at around the same level here, as you can kind of see, right? This is about the 22nd when the price basically came back to the point which we already hit there, because this whole mover is actually anticipation for this specific date. So how can I relate that to what we're seeing right now? Well, what we're seeing right now is basically the same thing. The price is already skyrocketed like crazy. We saw an important thing happening right here on the 6th. The price is now still going upwards in anticipation of something happening tomorrow, most likely. We are basically assuming that Ripple's document, which was due, it might even be so that Ripple's already posted this document that I did not know about it. That could even be so. Because, I mean, it's really just a document for Ripple's side, but we already know what's about to be in there. We already know most of what we're going to see. Once more, if we have not seen it already. It could also be that it's already out there and I'm just not aware of it, or it's a different legal term for it that I haven't seen. But it's really not that special. It is their motion to dismiss the part against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson specifically. That's what they wanted to. They've been allowed to put that forward. The 12th, they're going to put it up, which is basically their part of saying, hey, we don't really want this lawsuit against us. We want to dismiss it because you don't have the facts. Then May 14th, a month later, the SEC can basically say, well, we do want to file it because of this. And then June 4th, defendants Garlinghouse and Larson shall file their replies once more. And that's going to take a couple of months to really figure itself out. April 12th here is not really the most important date. It is actually May 14th because, well, this is just a proposal basically from Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. At first, they got it granted, which was nice. We were really happy about that. Right now, it's just their document, though. I mean, it's really not that crazy because you already know what they're about to say. They're about to throw most of the same defenses, and it might be interesting because we might get something we didn't expect, but most likely not. So expect nothing crazy from this paper, yet people might act positively. Yet what we've seen a couple of times now as well is that a little bit before the date actually happens, like right around now, the price corrects a little bit because we were anticipating something happening. Yet we all know as well, once it really happens, there really isn't anything going for it because this is not going to be too much of a bullish day. So a correction right now still still makes me want to buy more XRP because I know it's still extremely cheap for where it's about to go, but we are anticipating a move tomorrow. Either side, it could be very much downward though. And I'm not being negative, guys. I'm just being real with you because I want you to make money here. I want you to make profit. Not that this is financial advice, but still, I think you should take a good look at what's going to happen tomorrow and base some decisions on top of that. We can maybe follow history, maybe a completely different move, but to give you a little summary, there's a good chance that tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a letdown for some people. But it could also be that Ripple's document is going to be so extremely crazy that people all of a sudden just want to buy. But the price has already risen a lot in anticipation. And as we all know, if we're all anticipating the same event to happen, then once it really happens, not that many people buy in once more. It's just going to depend on what's going to come out tomorrow. Because we've already risen like 70, 65% or so in just a couple of days, guys. You can already see it here. So yes, we've already pumped a little bit. But then again, we have the 19th, which is another important date. Around then we have let me quickly see here. We have the John Deaton motion to intervene, which is going to be brought up. That might once more be a really interesting document. And then the 22nd, we got Ripple's, or actually the SEC's motion to strike Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice affirmative defense. All right, so there's quite a lot of dates which are going to be interesting. We got the 12th, the 19th, and then the 22nd. All right, so those are the most important dates to watch out for. Still, I would say as long as nothing negative comes out, XRP will keep trending upwards. We were waiting for $1.50 and we perfectly hit that a little bit earlier today. Really freaking juicy, guys. What a juicy day for XRP. Let me know in the comments section down below if you're still bullish on XRP, by the way. And make sure you press the like button and subscribe if you are enjoying the daily crypto updates. I also had some other stuff here. SEC v. Ripple, court denies SEC's request for personal financial records not connected to XRP. That was a little positive thing which happened just now in the lawsuit. That was a little win. You might once more say that the price now did good because of this win. It could be. It could really be that was the case. And then here, another one, I believe. Judge dismisses SEC's request to furnish Ripple executive Garlinghouse and Larson's financial records. Once more, this was most likely a little bit of a win. And it's kind of looking like Ripple is now 3-0. Right, where they just keep winning all these smaller shots, and in the end, it looks more and more like they're going to win the whole lawsuit. There's a couple other things to watch out for here. Not necessarily negative, but just watch out for is any document that the SEC puts up, or Ripple puts up, or Brad Garlinghouse puts up. If any of them are not what the people expect, there might be a big downfall, right? If they're really just kind of going against the grain. If Ripple gets one crazy positive document once more, though, and they're going to go for a 4-0, that might be extremely bullish. Another one could be, for example, a relisting, which might happen one of these days. That could be extremely bullish for the XRP price. Another one could be more info on Flare. That could be extremely bullish on the XRP price. So just understand that for a little bit. There's quite a lot of things which could push it up. And the only thing that can really push it down is just natural market corrections or a negative verdict in this lawsuit. I don't think it's anything else. This is not completely fundamentally based, most likely. It's most likely also quite a lot of FOMO, as people right now are just wanting to buy into XRP because it's gained a lot. It's one of the best performers out of the whole top, I don't know, 100 or 50 or something like that. So people just want to have it, but let's just see, all right? So once more, a little summary. Tomorrow might be a really big day for XRP. We still can get a huge gain on, but it's going to depend on the document, and we're going to have to see right now, and it's already looking like that, like people are kind of selling off right now because it's all in anticipation of the move for tomorrow, or a little bit of a backlash from what we saw back here, right? But there's a ton of things positive happening for XRP. Long term, we are all set, and I don't think the run is quote unquote over. I still think it will continue on forward, but let's just wait for tomorrow. I think a lot of people have already exited their position at $1.50-ish and are now waiting to re-enter back. A lot of people said 34 cents, so $1.34. We've already broken past that, but let's see here, guys. Let's just watch. As long as we don't bounce below this, nothing crazy has happened anyway, because this would basically mean we're going to still make higher highs, which we've now, or basically make, as long as we bounce, let me say it like that, as long as we bounce from there, everything's going to be looking good, right? Let's just put it like that. We're basically putting a little formation in here, and as long as we continue on with that, I'm extremely happy, and I still think we will. So not too worried about that, but let me know what your prediction is for the short term for XRP. And if you want some more, quicker updates and stuff like that about my portfolio, once more non-financial advice, anything like that, go check out Patreon. A link is down below. This is the cheap price for the first couple of people. This is going to be the normal price because I think it's $1 million worth of info for a couple bucks a month. So that is that.